Hey, this is Royal. I'm here with my brother Fury, and we're talking about his art show, which is at Pine Box Rock Shop in Bushwick. All the work is inside, and the show here is stuff that he's doing with incarcerated people who are also artists, and it's an offshoot of his album Die Jim Crow, which is a concept music album that he's been working on. He's got the t-shirt on for over 2 years now.
I'll start with Obadja because it's right here.
Yeah.
But Obadja is in Indiana, and he's got a pretty notorious case that he is innocent of. According to him, I believe him. He's the only person in Indiana history, I believe, to have two death row sentences in two separate counties, and he was acquitted of both of them. But nonetheless, now he's doing life.
Yeah.
So he's been in about 25 years, somewhere like that. Really like this one. It reminds me of like some of the work by Emory Douglas, who did the artwork for the Black Panthers. Yeah.
How many of the people that you're working with are innocent?
I believe that probably like 25%, like so. But that's not like a statistic you could project onto the entire prison population. But of the people that I work with, which is about like 15 people closely, 20 people peripherally, so like an extra 5. I'd say out of those 20, 5 are definitely innocent. Yeah, like I'll give you examples. So Juan, this dude over here, he's in Ohio. Really unfortunate case. He originally sent me some work that was like, oh, here, just take this. I don't care what you do with it. Just even if it sells for like $10, whatever. I just want it out there.
Yeah.
And then I sold a couple of his pieces, and he gained confidence, and started sending me a bunch more artwork.
Yeah.
And every piece kind of is a similar story to this. Not every piece, but a lot of them are by people who don't do art a lot. Mm-hmm. So Tamika Cole, she's in Alabama. Much love to you. She just had basically never done art in her life, I think. And so she did this afterwards, which is pretty damn good, in my opinion. And it's actually called Die Jim Crow, the Movement.
I mean, I guess my main interest is like, how did my Jewish brother who grew up on the Lower East Side come to do this album project with incarcerated folks? Like, what was your journey to that?
The impetus was knowing people who had done time, considering them friends. I read the book, The New Jim Crow, and
Who's that by?
By Michelle Alexander. And it's a pretty good book. I'd say, but most importantly about that book, at least for me, was that it expanded like my knowledge of the whole prison crisis and its racist, especially, elements to a national level, which is, growing up in New York, it's like you kind of, it's sad to say, but it's not surprising. You live in a racist country.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, when you do read the numbers, and actually most importantly for me is when you meet the people. For me, like, I think that it has a lot of potential just as a piece of music and as a piece of art. Because I think that these folks who I work with, their stories are incredible.
Yeah.
Straight up. And they must be told.